Hey everybody, welcome to my Tuesday night stream here on lichess and Twitch. My name is International Master William Pascal. I go by the name Slaggy on Twitch, which is my unofficial nickname. Our handle here is Sparkle Horse on lichess, of course after the band. I don't like ponies, it's just a joke. So anyway, don't take it too seriously. Seriously, guys, we're here for a tournament I'm hosting every week on Tuesday nights, either a Blitz or Rapid. This week is Rapid. We're hosting Pawnda Rapid Swiss number 11. And I'm a little concerned because Schieberspieler said he wasn't going to be around much after last stream. And I was looking forward to an easy tournament today. And then, dun dun dun. N-O. No easy tournament. It's Schieberspieler rated 2539. And he's not happy because he lost a bunch of rating points in Rapid. Very strange losses. Schieberspieler dropping some Rapid points, so obviously he's not able to gain points here, but he's out for revenge, surely. So we've got Schieberspieler, myself, Xerox, Cheesy Noob, a new player who just joined the team, Kaino, Oliveira Lucas, thank you for the kind message in the forum, Ludlud, Mr. Slowhand, Ruslan Bear, Dweep, MGH, who's just joined the team, Acerbate, Mortis, and Ripun. So thanks to all you guys. What's up, Schieberspieler? Let's have a link here. Acerbate's in charge of links, but I can drop one. He usually beats me to it. There's link. lichess Swiss. Team Bob. Guys, I want to mention my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. I put the link in the tournament chat. I've been trying to finally get around to making weekly videos on the YouTube channel. I added a new one today. What is up? You don't feel the power. Feel the power. Schieberspieler 2539, pretty powerful. You ran out of whiskey. Surely they don't allow you to have whiskey. You know, that's awkward. I was in college in America. And of course the legal drinking age in the United States was 21. That was tough, you know. Life was tough being an American college student with a drinking age of 21. You're very lucky that you go to college in university in Hungary in that respect. Yeah, yesterday I saw you dropped out of the top 10. Alright. Guys, we're going to get started here in 10 minutes. Well, we just did like illegal things. But I'm not going to admit to anything. I never did anything. I never drank under the age of 21. Trust me. You can believe me, just like Donald Trump. Anything I say could be likely to be true or not. Very honest. What's up, guys? Checking in from University 2. Yeah, no, there's no way they're raising the drinking age in Ireland to 21, though. Too much of a tradition there. So, what's up? Schieberspieler, Sparkle Horse, Xerox, Cheesy Noob. We've got those are the top 4 so far. Tuesday night here on lichess. Sedan says I got my account back but lost all teams I was in. Once I had the strange thing happen with lichess where my friends list got deleted. One day I just logged on and all my friends were gone. My title was taken away. It wasn't like I was hacked, but it'd been some sort of bug that had. The worst part was losing my whole friends list on lichess. It's hard to remember 200 accounts that you followed or something. Jim, welcome. Alright guys, so Schieberspieler said he wasn't going to come back, but he's back. Jim, get in the tournament. The legal drinking age in France is 16. Whoa. Oh, the France The parents have to authorize it. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, like what the law is for that. If you're like in America in your own home, maybe if you're 18, you can drink if your parents say it's okay or something. I don't know what the rule is, but America is very conservative with stuff like that nowadays. All right, I do have a beer here, but I'm old enough to drink. I'm not promoting the use of alcohol. It's very bad for you. But once in a while on the stream, I like to enjoy a beer. All right. Time to get started in just 7 minutes. How many players do we have? Mr. Coffee drinks only coffee. Be contrary to America, you can't get a driver's license before 18. Yeah, I mean, it's state by state on the driver's license stuff. I remember when I was a kid, I think there was some state where you could get your driver's license at 14. It was like ridiculous. I had a neighbor friend who was maybe like 13 when he moved away, like a year later. He actually was driving a car when he was like 14 or something. Or 15. I don't know. It was really weird. Gonna have to get a new driver's license next year. I have to figure out how to get an international driver's license. Has anybody else ever done that? Does anybody know about the process of getting like an international driver's license? If you know about that, let me know. I probably should get one. All right, Schieberspieler Sparkle Horse. Is she the player now in the tournament over 2,200? I think it was Florida. My friend, they moved to Florida, and he drove his dad from Florida. Interesting question. If you like 14, get your driver's license in Florida, are you allowed to drive in other states? That was years ago, though. All right, Sajiken, I see I have a sent request. All right. You had to rejoin the team for the 10th time? This is not like the first time you rejoined our team, right? You got some new players here. May King March. Kelp. Kelp doesn't have enough games. I'm going to decline that. Sorry, Kelp. Sorry, I can't kelp you. Oh, man. Guys have to have an established rating for me to accept you into the team. That was bad. I apologize. God is okay. And Pranavanand. 88 games of Rapid. He just squeaks by. Alright guys, please subscribe and support the stream if you can donate. We appreciate any help you can get. You can give or get, but mostly give. Mr. Coffee Cheer 250 bits this week. Gift a sub. It's been a long day today. I was working all day. But I promised to myself to be healthy and exercise and eat well. I'm gonna be with you guys for another 39 years, hopefully. Jim with 200 bits donated. Mr. Slow just went crazy and donated 5 gift subs. Mr. Slow, I didn't know you were even here. He's out there and he gave 5 gift subs to the community. Thank you. Wow. So Callaway, as in the golf company, King Marcher, Sidan, actually perfect. Chefmaster and Tranquilizer. GM Tranquilizer is lurking out there. Nice to see Levente. Guys, I also want you to check out Vita Levente's stream, GM Tranquilizer. We play in his team battle every Sunday at 3 p.m. CEST here, Central European Summertime. So check it out, guys. Thank you for the gift subs from Mr. Slow and the donation we had there from Jim Bob. We're about to get started. Just a second here. All right, tournament is in 5 minutes or less, actually less. We're starting in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. No regrets. No, you got good good peeps, and you were lucky with that 5 sort of donations. Mostly people we've seen before. I think King Marcher has been on the stream before. Tranquilizer. Can't go wrong with that. You got Sidan, who's been a regular here. So good job, Mr. Slowhand. Guys, once again, video chess training on YouTube. Check out my my YouTube channel. I'm going to drop the link in there. It's already ambulances for your pleasure. This is my YouTube. It's already in there. All right, that's embarrassing. Someone put it in there. Mubot. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. So I started adding YouTube videos again. I haven't worked on it. I put up Pillsbury Lasker today, which is a great game from 1896. So I think very instructive games that I find personally very instructive. I think I have a good taste in games, at least. Chess games. Tomorrow, my exam, and you're playing a tournament at 11 p.m. Lasker was very strong in 1896. Very, very strong. Of course, he was strong for a long time. But later when he lost the title to Capablanca, that was in 1921, he was no longer himself. You see a big difference between like Lasker playing in 1896 and the end of his career, where he didn't put up a fight against Capablanca. When he lost that match in 21, he was done. He didn't win a single game. He actually forfeited the World Championship to Capablanca. Did you guys know that? My tournament is going to be October 16th. Mr. Sohan is like, oh, the stream is already on. Yeah, I start the stream at 6:30. What do I think of Tao? Tao was a fantastic player. I think he was more universal than most people recognize. Famous for his tactical games, but he was a great player in every regard. He didn't always play like miraculous sacrifices either. He could play normal chess like anyone else. I like Tao. You know, he's not my favorite player, but I don't really have a favorite player. Old GMs. I'm the oldest player. There are only 9 out of 10 players thus far. Let's just put it this way. I'm the oldest player by quite a bit. Alright, so it's not going to be easy, but I am the most underrated player in the tournament. Alright, so we're playing Mr. Slowhand. Thank you for the gift subs, Mr. Slow. I'm going to open, speaking of slow, you're the youngest player on 14. 14 is standard. Now, I'm playing a closed tournament in October, and the list right now, according to the list right now, I'm not sure there's more than 2 players who are over 30 in the tournament that I'm scheduled to play in. I'm obviously one of them. Only 2 players over the age of 30. But either way, it's fine with me. I'd rather play old people. Yeah, it looks like 2 of the Hungarian All-Stars. 2 of the strongest players from my Hungarian All-Stars team, Kozak Adam and Katsor Florian, will be playing. It's a very strong tournament. C5. This is supposed to be the best move. Have you ever played this before? I didn't realize I had played this against Mr. Slow, but maybe we've played so many games now. 74. This is game 75 against Mr. Slow. Take Queen A5 check. I think we might have had this a long time ago. And he might remember that. Interesting. What if I play C3? Now, win I've played a lot. There's a lot of wins, though, Jim. You played that exact guy? Because it's like the most common name in Vietnam. Make sure that you're not confusing him with someone else. I didn't know he had online accounts. If you know who his account is, like, let me know. Because I've played him before, but it's been a long time, so I wouldn't mind checking out his games. We played like 10 years ago when he got his GM title. He actually played on the same team with me for one season. All right, let's see here. Knight c6, keeping the tension. We're just talking about potential players in the tournament I'm going to play next month with Jim. Jim and Bob. So now we have a choice. You have a choice, A or B. Choice A. Choice B seems more positionally correct, actually. How about knight e4? How do you feel about knight e4? I think that's a good plan. Hungarian Chess Federation, no. I'm American. I never wanted to give up my American federation. If I could help it. It makes me more valuable. That's why I can play in this tournament. I'm always tricky. I was scared of knight e4. But knight e4, it's not a Rosslimo. I try to lie to my opponents and get them to make ridiculous blunders. Theoretically, a pawn advance like f4, f5 would be strong, but I'm not sure I want to play that. Mr. Slow is a French defense player, so a structure like e6 might not be that uncomfortable for him. I'm going to play cautiously. Try to play the whole board here. Keep my options open. Maybe the C file could be important. No, this I wasn't really expecting, but it may not be a bad move. Didn't think he would do that. Do your worst. Attacking the head of the pawn chain. Man, I'm so tired today. But I had good sleep last night. I don't know why. Eating healthy, exercise. It's another, yeah. No, this guy, I mean, he's a good player. I think he's underrated. You see, the Grandmaster win is like 24-17. There's no way he's 24-17. But I think he's been inactive. I mean, he never plays in tournaments. There was this other Grandmaster from Vietnam living here in Hungary, Cao Shang. From what I heard, like, he was 2,500 player working in a Chinese market. It's crazy. Like, you go to the trouble of becoming a Grandmaster and then you don't play chess. You just like work in a market or something. It's so crazy. But that's the life. That's the problem with chess. I mean, there's not a lot of opportunity for like a low level Grandmaster, for example. Glad to hear about my health choices. Thank you. Thank you. I try to stay healthy for you, Bob, for our future together. I'm just kidding. I like to get Bob's hopes up. But what are you talking about now, Jim? I thought it was a different guy. Wow, B5. What am I going to do with that? Mr. Slow is playing faster than usual. He's Mr. Fast. G4? You're going to force me to do this? If B4, knight A4. Otherwise, I'm going to play knight G3. Shift The shifting sands of time. The knight needs a place to go. Give it a job. Give him a job. Thinking about the king side. We look for white squares. Checking for white squares. And the G file. It reminds me of the Alyakin's defense a little bit. Mr. Slow is defending really well and quick. His ratings have dropped down a little. But actually, maybe not. Man, I have no sort of tactics. I guess I can let him play knight c3. Just go all in. I'm all in. All in on the king side. There's also bishop f2, bishop h4. Damn it. Probably I don't want to trade pieces with him. And bishop h5. But I feel very rushed. Threatening bishop f7. I don't really have that many threats though. Not even sure bishop h5 is right, but he's playing so quick. And well. All's well that ends well. The last thing I want is like let him come in here into e4. That'll be a pain. Maybe bishop f2. Exactly what he's banking on. Man, this is not so easy. He's really playing well. I've got to use everything I've got. It's unbelievable. I mean, I don't know. Mr. Slow is super pumped up or something. He's meeting me head to head, equal strength, and almost as fast as me. I mean, I might have a tiny advantage here, but it's very, very little. Maybe I'd feel safer if I could trade queens, but I'm not sure this is a great situation. He has two knights in a closed position with a good bishop. I have a bad bishop on d2. Maybe I can beat him on time. Looks like my only chance is to beat him on time. Thought I had a great advantage. He just managed to trade everything off. There goes the rooks. Now even knight c3 might be possible. I could take on g6. Knight c3, bishop c3. It doesn't work. I can win a pawn. There's no way for him to come through. It looks like a nice draw. I agree. Amiibo had key rushed you. So what is knight a3? Key rushed? I'm an idiot. It never occurred to me. Key rushed me. I thought it was another turn for like pressing you on the clock. Okay, last chance to try to play for a win here. I don't know how to break through. I don't see it. I think I just have to draw. Well, this was a great game by Black. I think that I'm clearly better, but I just didn't see a way forward. He plays on every side of the board. It's unbelievable. So here I messed up. I didn't see to go for c5. Knight d1, knight f2, knight d3. Try to play for c5. I was fine until I played g4 and he played f5. And now I don't know what to do. It's ridiculous. How do I win this position? He just completely equalized. Look at this. I have nothing. Absolutely 0.00. Now the engine actually starts to like Black. Black is slightly better when I agree to a draw. So he played like without a single inaccuracy. No, he's got some. 4. No mistakes or blunders. 18 cent pawn loss for Mr. Slowhand. Slightly better for Black in final position. 4 inaccuracies. This is like a great game, even in a tournament game. I don't think like anybody had a tactic or anything the whole game. Alright, I've got a request to join the team, but the player has no games. I'm not going to accept that, guys. If you have an account with no games, you gotta have an established account with rated games. Wow, DK guy lost? What? I drew with a 1900, but it's not fair because Mr. Sohan played 20 cent pawn lost with 4 inaccuracies. I was +2 at one point, plus 1.9, and he still didn't make anything more than an accuracy. The longer the game went, the better he played, and I couldn't get anything. So held to a draw. DK guy, you're serious? He lost? He's not even in the tournament. Shooter Spiller, what are you talking about? DK guy 1-0. He's not even in the tournament. What tournament are you talking about? No, seriously, good game, Mr. Slow. I didn't see how to make progress. I realized I'm not better there. Oh, he is in. Well, I didn't see him on the list. He's not on the list because he lost. That's a good old lichess pairing system in effect. Lichess has no respect for ratings. So here we go, transposition. Can I do this? Now this is supposed to be a 1700, right? Bishop takes e7, knight takes e3. I don't think that's good. Knight c6, knight e3, knight d8, knight d1. I'm okay. He blundered. He lost a piece. GM Tranquilizer is rating with a party of 37. Told you guys, check him out. Grandmaster Tranquilizer. The real deal. What's up? Thank you for the streamer battle. For starting those. Those are fun. Even though I don't like 3-0, good to play. I'm getting better at 3-0 Tranquilizer. What's up, man? Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Guys, please check out Levente's stream. He's here almost every day, streaming as well. Grandmaster from Romania and a very good player, as I can attest from first-hand experience. Alright, we're going to win this one. White played too fast. Tranquilizer, you might not have realized you got a gift sub today. Schieberspieler, you're a subscriber, aren't you? You have to be, because you got a Pawnda next to you. You're a 3-month subscriber. You're a current subscriber. You can tell by the Pawnda. But Tranquilizer just got a gift sub. So we're going to win this one, but Black played too fast in the opening. Actually, he used a funny move order, Bishop e5. I've had some funny games in this line recently. Give your rook. White just playing too fast. Yeah, Schieberspieler has to be careful which team he plays for. Some team leaders are more passionate about winning than others. Alright guys, so tournament standing, Schieberspieler won his first game, but he's not ranked first. Anyway, I give up fighting about it, but I got into a little bit of an argument with the creators of lichess, or the administrators, programmers, whatever. In a forum post, I said that it's illegal pairings for the Swiss system, and they were like, oh, it's not illegal. But I'm not going to fight about it anymore. Actually, I do have 1.5 points right now. But what you can't see is that there's a flaw in the Swiss system pairing. So that lichess Swiss system pairings are pairings that are being based on tiebreak points. So they're actually doing the pairings, ranking the players for pairings like during the tournament based on tiebreaks, which is really very strange. So, but I've given up like arguing with anybody about it. If they don't want to fix it, they don't want to fix it. I'm not going to fight with them about it. It's fine, you know, leave it how you want, but the pairing system doesn't work the same way as it would like in an over-the-board Swiss system tournament. They're putting the priority of tiebreak points above rating and other factors, so no problem though. I love lichess. All right, so what do we got here? Oliveira Lucas, BM13. So BM13 beat DK guy. That's a huge upset. We'll have to see what he's up to. Schieberspieler, let's see what he's doing. Damn, I thought I got the game. Schieberspieler is white against another new player, Kano. So let's see what happened here. Knight of 3, C4, Catalan against the Semislav. I've seen this quite a bit. Rook D1. Yeah, I've played stuff like B3 and E4. But Rook D1 is a normal-ish move. Now we see all this pressure along the D file. Thanks again, guys. Schieberspieler for playing. Tranquilizer for the raid. Mr. Sohan, thank you for donating the gift subs to Tranquilizer and the others. Tranquilizer, have you played any live games, any live tournaments or team championship? Like I know Merchea played in the team championship. Have you played any over the board chess since the pandemic started? Bishop C7. No, this is bad. Black is busto. Could he take that pawn? Is that illegal or something? Why wouldn't Black take that pawn? You did play one Rapid and Blitz Team Championship. Is that the same tournament that Merchea played in? You guys have any over the board chess? Bucharest. Bishop F4. What about the normal team championship? When is that? He played in the classical one. Okay. You do all the team games at once though. That's how the system works. All in one one time, isn't it? It's not like the Hungarian team championship. Does anybody know anything? Is there going to be a Hungarian team championship at some point? Queen E7. This looks bad. Black is toast. Starting in February. I mean, that's not going to... You're Hungary. That's not going to be enough time, is it? Starting in February? They'll have to play less rounds unless they change the whole system. Play through the summer. I wonder if it would be just less rounds, maybe. I tried to check the Hungarian Chess Federation website, but I didn't see any. I didn't see any info about team championship. All right, so what else we got here? Oliveira Lucas also won his first round game. That was a forfeit. No. Ripun, what happened? He didn't show up. DK guy lost, so here's his vanquisher. BM13. Cheesy Noob playing against BM13. Have I ever played against BM13? Usually I could tell by clicking on someone's name. This isn't letting me. Typical Cheesy Noob game where he's giving up his bishop pair for nothing. He doesn't like bishops. BM13 looks kind of scary. Beat DK guy? I don't know if... Have I played him? Let's see. Games with you? No. But man, White is in trouble. White is just down a pawn for nothing, getting rolled. Now he's got some dark squares. Cheesy Noob is not a perfectionist. Plays homemade chess. Practical. The black pawns now, can they break through? The e5 square is huge though. Wouldn't want to give that up if I were black. I wouldn't really want to give that square necessarily. So now the dark squares are completely weak. I mean, how does black win? Not so easy to break the blockade. Cheesy Noob still has a good chance. A student of one of the regulars here, I can't remember who. An ex-student. Maybe that's Xerox or Aldisto. What am I drinking? I got coffee. Coffee's gone. I was falling asleep. Coffee and beer, my usual combination. Guys, cheers, thank you. Dreyer, sure. Sure. I can't pronounce Hungarian letters. It's terrible. Everyone always makes fun of my pronunciation of beer in Hungarian. It's like the worst. It's my worst word. It's just embarrassing. Rook takes g2. 7 pawns against 6. Cheesy Noob hanging on with more time. But let's take a look at some other game, maybe something more interesting here. Schieberspieler. He was crushing when I saw it. Schieberspieler has got the snake. The Tetris. Sure. It's the subtlety of it that I'm bad at. I say beer like I'm supposed to say road or whatever, you know? Path. There are two words that are similar, but not the same. Love beer. Man, suddenly Kaino has some vague threats with Queen G4 check. And he's doing a good job to stay in the game from a bad position. DK guy? What? What? Bob? You got a draw against DK guy? DK guy must... Oh man, he must be having a bad day. I hope he seriously didn't quit his job. But Bob can play tough sometimes. Bob's got to be white here, no? No, DK guy's white. Who's left, guys? You lost a piece. That's good. I don't have to play DK guy if he keeps playing like this. Keep him away from me. Xerox is the only perfect scorer thus far, but I'm sure the Schieberspieler will likely win. We've already got 28 players. Let's see, Amoeboid versus Vichy. It looks like a Benko, if I've ever seen one. Correct. Guess the opening. That's a fun game. Saving it all for the horsey. You won't get to play the horsey. I hope. Guys, don't Wayne has sort of lost his extra pawn here. Amoeboid's rushing. That's a good pun. Rushing. That's like Hungary and Hungary. But Vichy the player is strong. I think Amoeboid should slow down. Take his time, try to play the best moves. Move 11, welcome. Interesting position blockade with the white square knight. This could even be a problem for black. The Benko can look bad sometimes with the white square bind like this. If white is able to like shift his knight into c4, notice black immediately prevented knight d2. h5 is out. Man, this could be an upset in the making. The Smith-Morra. You see, got the knight transfer. Nice. Now white's probably better. Forget about Tal. Astrobate played the Benoni. You managed to lose winning what? What? I'm managing to lose winning pawning game. Schieberspieler, you're not losing that game, I would assume. White is better. I don't know about f5. That doesn't look right. I thought h5. But he's still way better. Man, this is a disaster. I've seen this happen in the Benko before, though. White is winning now. I don't think that was the right move. e6 was much stronger. Don't really want to trade in this position. The white's still probably winning here. That's a weird move. Take the pawn, not the bishop. It was a nice trick. If you take the bishop, then let's see, takes b3, king d3. Now he was winning. He could have taken the bishop. See, now white's put himself in a situation where it's not that easy to win. It's possible black could sneak across. Should have taken that free bishop. It's still torturous for black to defend this. Yeah, king e7 looks weird. There was a free bishop, right? Alright guys, let's get back to the tournament. Probably about time to start. We got 2 points for Xerox. Kaino. Wait, what? He beat Schieberspieler? What? Schieberspieler loses a winning king and pawn in game? Are you serious? Oh my god. He didn't drink his whiskey, you know. That is brutal. That is brutal. The definition of overconfidence. And Amiiboid is 2-0. We still got a game left. Cheesy Noob still battling it out. Cheesy Noob managing to get a very strange position. Rook and 2 connected pass pawns against 2 rooks. That's pretty cool. Anything could happen here. Man, objectively, it's probably a draw. But it could even be losing for black. Those 2 pawns they have more potential value than a rook. It's almost like king and 2 pawns would be winning against a rook. The extra rook on the board complicates the game a little bit. Now it's like winning for white, it looks like. Damn. Cheesy Noob with the sneaky technique. 13 per day? What? A lot of bad blood between DK Guy and Schieberspieler. Alright. So, Cheesy Noob takes him down. We got the next round. Very surprising. Schieberspieler just went to autopilot and lost the winning position. I was held to a draw in the first round. So the only perfect scores, DK Guy also losing in the first round. The only players in 2 out of 2, Cheesy Noob, Xerox, Kano, and Amiiboy. Alright guys, thanks for playing. DK Guy, you didn't tell us if you quit your job. How's your boss doing? No, Schieberspieler lost some rating points in Rapid too. That's annoying. I saw the one game where you lost and you were like, you could have had a draw, but you overpressed against the German guy. There was one like Rapid game I checked out that you played. It just seemed like you had to take a draw and you pushed too hard to win or something. Alright. But I didn't see the other game you lost. Asper, you got the bye. Congratulations. So this is actually not a great line for me if I play e3 here. I can play e4, then knight c6. That sucks as well. So I guess I have to play g3. I had this move order against Kovalenko. Alright, here. And then I did something different against him. Now we go into an English. But Olivier Lucas has been getting better. The last time I played him was really tough, if I recall correctly. Schieberspieler, don't leave us. No, I'm just kidding. If anybody doesn't feel like playing, don't feel like obliged. Never play chess if you're not in the mood. This is really important. If you don't feel like playing chess, probably there's a reason. Like you're burned out or distracted. But I've noticed, like with DK Guy particularly, huge sort of swings based on perhaps like mood or whatever. Some people are less sensitive. They're very consistent. I'm pretty sensitive. I did feel really tired today, though. I don't know what it is. So rookie, I don't... Nefedov did something like that against me once. I don't know about rookie 8. I just don't really know. I don't really play this line a lot. I don't know what my plan is here. Bishop g5. h3 at some point. That's not a plan, though. What is my plan? in said position. Stopping knight g4. One move not maketh a plan. You fell out of your chair? Good job. Happened to me once with a tournament game. There were these like really cheap chairs. I don't remember. I think it was really cheap, like office plastic chairs, and my chair broke. That was embarrassing. Now queen b6. Wow. I don't have a better idea on how to defend that b pawn. Thanks for sharing, Bob. That's an image I could really enjoy. Typical plan, like rook e8, bishop h8. Queen b6 is attacking b2, covering. What am I talking about? I don't know. I was thinking bishop g5 actually at one point. Should go here. I don't want to trade pieces, so I'm practically forced not to play bishop c6. I don't like knight d5. There is an interesting plan here. Maybe bishop e3. Queen moves bishop d4. So bishop e3, queen a5, bishop d4. I can also play e4. This is my original plan. Let's do it. Do it to it. Avoiding exchanges of pieces when we have more space. Botvinnik would be proud. I'm a little bit concerned about my queen. And my queen's ability to bail out if it were to come under threat or something. The Solansi plan, if he doesn't sack the exchange. What's the Solansi plan? You mean, oh, you mean like bishop h6, bishop h8? You can do it just directly and sack the exchange. He would probably play like bishop h8 without playing rook e8. Yeah, I mean, this is a kind of typical thing. I think it's very overrated a lot of times. Black has less space. He probably shouldn't bother to play rook e8. I had this one game I remember where I got in a lot of trouble trying to do that. Like white got a knight on g5 and had all those pieces all around my king and stuff. It's not exactly like a classic kind of dragon where black has some queenside attack and he needs the bishop on the long diagonal. It's more like a accelerated dragon Razzi. And trading the dark square bishops, it's really not that bad for black. Okay, anyway, he finds his only knight maneuver available here. And I don't know what to do. Knight d5 isn't bad. There's bishop g5. Is my queen going to get trapped? There's also the stupid move queen a5. Maybe not so stupid. Yeah, the farmer. He's 2100 again. It's ridiculous. Must have sold his rating points. He had gotten a few back. But I mean, the guy's getting up there in age. How's my queen doing? I don't know. Olivier Lucas is getting better. He's gotten stronger since he played on the stream last year or whenever it was. You seem like you've gotten a lot stronger. Didn't seem to play this tight before. This is the second game we played now. The last one was really, really tough till the end. Black wins a pawn here. Yeah, Bob, that's true. But that's actually, that didn't even occur to me. It's pretty risky. I don't think he can realistically give up his dark square bishop for that pawn. I've got to get this queen more like coordinated with the rest of the pieces. G4 is a little weird. But it protects f2. How bad can it be, you know? f4, illegal. But the knight on e5 may not be stable. If I can play king h2 and f4. Where do I want the king? H2 or H1? Well, it's basically like a Sicilian now. Still not so easy. I don't know. You don't like f4? Seems like a normal plan. There's like bishop d4. f4, g5, h4. Maybe we can win by time. But Black's playing passively now. Queen c7, very, very passive move. Yeah, he's getting super passive. I mean, even h4. Actually, that's a good move, though. That was a good move. Queen b7 is a great idea. Now, bishop takes c3 is a real thing. Good to see Nefedov back in the tournament. I hope so. Rook takes. Now, he gave up his dark square bishop, but I don't know about this. He better have something to follow it up with. F5. F5, it's crazy, but it might just work. I can't believe it. F5. I just take and... Man, I don't know. It might even be possible. F5. Holy crap. He played F6. So after F5, what do I do? I think he almost had it. F5 is like F6, but better. You're actually holding on. You get E4, and I'm even possibly worse. I could be in serious trouble. Now I've got F5 for reals. Takes an F5. Oof. I don't know if that's good, though. B5. B5 and F5. B5 and E5. Oh, no. But positionally, Alvaro Lucas played really well. But he didn't play F5 in that moment when he needs it. This can't work. This can't work. Bishop C3. He just kind of panicked. He's actually not threatening anything. Are you threatening me? Everything's protected except for my F6. We've got to be winning here. Now Queen F7, Bishop D5. Looks really strong. Yeah, there's no way. Everything's protected. Xerox is Xerox in chat. He has his account. Queen F5 double attack. Be careful. Rook check. Is there a mate? Is there a mate? How can there be no mate here? It's crazy. Just have to take this. Alright, so how much time we have? Next round, 2 ongoing games. Xerox with perfect score. How much time do I have before the next round? Like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Did my next round start yet? All right. What do we got? Sorry for the door loudness. What's up, everybody? Cheesy Noob. Cheesy Noob with a perfect score. Xerox with 3. I have 2.5. 1 game remaining. Ludlud against Ruslan. The end of the road here. Wow. Draw. Thanks, Schieberspieler. Take care, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Did you play the 3rd round? Schieberspieler quit last round. Okay. Have fun drinking at university. Don't forget your studies. Alright, so Cheesy Noob has a perfect score. Schieberspieler is out. Just take a week off. You'll be fine. I'm drinking beer and coffee. Yeah, beer and coffee. Exact. Coffee's done. I have to stop drinking coffee at like 7 o'clock. I never keep drinking coffee after 6:30, 7. That's already too late. The doctors say you should stop drinking coffee at 3 in the afternoon, but that's really ridiculous. Who can stop drinking coffee at 3 in the afternoon? Almost nobody that drinks coffee stops drinking coffee at 3. Over the board on Saturday, most likely. What's that, Schieberspieler? Just playing with friends? You don't talk about a tournament, right? You drink till I go to bed. Coffee, you mean? Well, that was like my mom. She drank tons and tons of coffee. It didn't matter. Like, it didn't faze her. She could drink coffee at like 11 and go to bed. But I think after you reach a certain point, I guess you're like totally immune to it. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know what I'm doing here. Symmetrical English. I've never played BM13. It was, I believe, Aldisto. See, he's playing the Aldisto system. I had a game with Aldisto just like this. This is my game with Demet Sultan too. So that was correct. But Aldisto is oddly not in the tournament, is he? I've never seen Knight F3 here in this position. IBM. That's not a move I've seen played in that position, blocking the F-pawn. I was going to sack this pawn anyway, but I think the knight is misplaced on F3 here. I'm going to sack me a pawn. Yeah, my mom would drink like 5 cups of coffee a day, so I guess at that point your tolerance is so high. It doesn't matter. But I only drink maybe like 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day. White is in trouble. How much trouble? That's the $1 million question. So, one would assume we're heading for D3. Interesting. It's like the Benko. This is recommended by Richard Palliser in his one of his excellent books, Beating the Flank Openings. Bishop F1 is like the only move. What else is White going to play there? So 93 check. I'm going to get me a bishop on D3. He has his permanent residence card. Show me your green card. This is not the only option, but it looked good. Can you guess what White's plan is? His plan was or is to play knight f4, but he forgot about his central pawn. Am I going to watch Political Smackdown tonight? Yeah, I was talking about that with a friend, a close friend of mine. But you know, it's like watching NFL, Uber driver. The problem with living in Hungary is like you have to stay up till like 3 in the morning to watch NFL games. It's probably not. But I honestly don't really feel that a debate between Joe Biden and Trump it even matters anymore. Like nothing seems to matter. The sides are so dug in, it's almost like a who's undecided, you know? Both sides are so dug in, you know, Trump could like murder people in public and his supporters would still not change their minds about supporting Donald Trump. There's almost no point in having a debate other than just entertainment, you know? Entertainment for it's basically like a TV show. I suppose there are like undecided viewers, but I mean I can't believe there's a lot, you know. So some undecided voters who really don't give a shit about politics out there, I guess. But again, it's like not a lot of them. All right, guys, what are we doing? You're distracting me. Stop that. You know I get excited talking about political election. Back to D3 again. You want to make a second run for it? Are we going to make a second run for this? I don't know. It seems weird. Bob's distracting me on purpose. Don't start with the Bernie supporter stuff. Are you one of those, Bob? We're still sad because Bernie is not a presidential candidate. I hate that. I just like block those people on Facebook. Waste of time. They're still crying because Bernie's not running for president. It's ridiculous. All right. Queen b3. This is a good move. Bishop a6. You got to give credit to White for being a good practical player. There's also knight g5. Hello. Careful. Mate in 1. I've tried to lecture a lot of people already, Bob. It depends on what you want. If you want Donald Trump to not be president of the United States, then Joe Biden was the best candidate for the Democrats. I already posted a link about it. Mr. Coffee saw this. But the entire point was that the state of Pennsylvania will likely fall to the Democrats. And Biden was the best one to get the job done. If you believe in political, you know, issues, some Democratic issues or something, maybe a different candidate was better. My priority was that Donald Trump would be gone. Alright, so knight g5. He played for mate in 1. I understand that some people have different views on liberal politics. But our nation is in jeopardy of not existing anymore. You can't do anything till you get rid of Trump. That's the first reality of the situation. I think very likely if Bernie had run for president, Trump would have beat him. He would have had a much better chance. Portraying Bernie as a socialist, a lot of people who could vote for Biden would vote for Trump. It's a very, very dangerous game. So here we are discussing politics on a chess channel. White just keeps coming up with tactical threats. Alright, forget about it. I don't care about the A file anymore. I just don't want you getting on D5. BM is like incredibly focused on piece play. But the last debate between Clinton and last year, 4 years ago, can't believe it's been 4 years, when Clinton and Trump debated, was really hysterical. When Saturday Night Live did those skits about Trump, like, stalking Clinton like a shark, it was pretty funny, you have to admit. That was pretty hysterical. Entertainment. So check him out with the piece play again. Now it's Queen C4. It's kind of unbelievable. So how's this player 1885? Seems really kind of tough. Now knight f5? I don't know, did he miss a window there? No, this is actually good. I probably blundered here. He must be like tactical genius. He beat DK guy. He's playing kind of badly positionally, but seeing a lot of good strategic ideas with the pieces. Not a lot of pawn play. But actually, last move, why didn't he play Queen H4? I was worried about Queen H4. I'm a pun maker? Did I accidentally do a pun? Knight f5, Queen f5, Rook e7. H6. This move was not even considered. A pundit. But to answer the question, I'm not going to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning to watch Donald Trump and Joe Biden have a debate. It doesn't really mean anything. Move 11, what happened? Are you playing? Are you playing against Bob? But move 11 likes puns. He's a relative pun expert. Was Queen C6 any good there? Yeah. That would have been simpler than what I did. Of course it was. He's got a combo. Cheesy combos. Clearly not a positional player. So how does it work? After queen e6, knight e7, check. He likes tactics. Now knight takes f5. Almost works. Luckily I have pawn takes f5, which I didn't even see. Knight takes f5, pawn takes f5, queen h4. Avoiding the exchange of queens. It's hard to find a good square to avoid the exchange of queens there after knight f5. When is your daylight savings? Avoid the exchange of queens. I think he missed queen h4. He still was in the game there. There's a slight problem now. I just am curious if Donald Trump does the shark thing again, where he's like stalking behind Joe Biden, just like he did last time. Pun master. Bob, that's high class. Chekalek. That's a Hungarian phrase. I don't know what it means, sort of, exactly. They use it in poker. Alright, back to tournament. So what's with the church bells on Tuesday night at 8? Is there some Catholic thing at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays? I don't get it, man. It just seems like they constantly have church bells. Cheesy Noob with 3.5, undefeated. Draw with Xerox. I hate ambulances. So DK guy's done his Swiss Gambit now. He's up to 2.5 points. He's going to be a factor. Let's see Mr. Slow against Rishi the player. Mr. Slow and his perennial time pressure. I wonder what opening this was. Why is there church bells on a Tuesday night? I don't get that. There are church services on Tuesdays? What's happening here? Center. Mr. Still got a sneaky tactic as his opponent. C4 double attack. Ouch. And his opponent counters with knight c3. Oh, bet you didn't see that. Rishi the player resourcefully coming back, and now with the bishop pair, powerful pawn at e4, black is better. I gotta practice my color commentary a little bit more. We gotta hang out with Maurice, maybe. Be a little more ESPN style. Little NFL analogies here and there. Oh no! Mr. Bill. He needed that one. I can't get over Race not having hair. It's so weird. He had hair when I knew him. He looks like one of those In Living Color characters. Who was it? What is that comedian's name who was on Living Color? I can't remember names. It's just so weird when you knew someone for years and years and years and they look completely different. Yeah, Damon Wayans. He would do like Homie the Clown with no hair or whatever. There was some character on that show that was bald. Mr. Slow falls apart there. All right, Cheesy Noob 3.5, Xerox 3.5. I have 3.5. Mr. Slow finished. Dweep against Kaino. Is that game over? Okay, we're starting in 20 seconds. You lost to the worst opening. Poor Bob. The one-track mind. If only you could focus on chess a little bit, Bob. Can you propose draw? That's against the rules. No pre-game draw offers. You can propose a draw, but I won't take it. Maybe like if the position's a draw, I'll take it. But I'm not taking a draw before the game. Oh no, Bob, don't threaten me like that. Don't call my home number. Bishop G5. PMs. So Cheesy Noob playing the Dutch? Really? I didn't know you played the Dutch. Interesting. G6 might be a move. I think usually it's C6. Bishop E6 may be the main line. Is G6 inaccurate for some reason? Makes you wonder. I'm not sure. I remember originally when the system was first invented, there were some early games where White tried to do H4, but that basically didn't work because of H4, G6, H5. But the early G6, if I play H3 with the bishop on D3 and then try to play for like G4, there may be some situation where I can take advantage of him here. We're trying to play the obvious sort of H3, G4. Bob, you're distracting me again. Is that what goes through your mind, like, during the game? While you're not playing? Like, what can I do to distract Sledgy? What topic can I bring up that can maximally distract him? Either like the presidential election or baiting me with the idea of how to get to Grandmaster? Am I supposed to believe that? It's just a coincidence. It's hard to believe I'm easily distracted. I try to pay attention to the chat too much, maybe. So Bishop B4. Bob, why aren't you playing in the tournament? I'm supposed to play Queen F3, but I never got it in. So what about this bishop? Probably a mistake by me. So if G4, let's just do it. I've never seen Cheesy Noob play the Dutch. We played 38 games. I don't think there was ever a Dutch. Queen e7. I'm a little confused. Remember that he doesn't like bishops, he likes knights better than bishops. So that must be particularly painful to allow white to trade a bishop on f6 in the opening. H takes G. It's kind of a funny position. Funny, haha. No, I don't know. You fell for it? Fell for it. So what am I missing here? Balkush. Join us in the tournament. Balkush, fellow streamer. How much do Uber drivers typically pay in taxes? So when I was thinking Queen D3. Development. The link. Will this show the link if I link to the current game? That just sort of showed this game, right? Can somebody throw in the link to the tournament? Wait, I'll do it. I can do it. Here you go, Mr. Balkush. Thanks for joining us. So what happened? F5. That's the kind of move I would miss and like just lose. Like in my last tournament, there was a horrible blunder. But this looks really good for me. I could have played rook h7, but I didn't really want my bishop to get marooned on h7. And I could also just play queen takes c3 there. Squeezy noob. This looks bad. Bishop g4, rook h6 check. Can he do that? This has to be over. How is there no mate here? Oh no, but there is. I'm hallucinating. Hallucinations. I probably ought to just castle. But maybe check and rook h5. So what's the material equal? But my king is safer than his king. He has a huge problem with that knight on b8. It's difficult to get it into the game in a timely fashion. You hear the train. Oh, the train, your train. Sometimes you can hear the train here. What's up with Queen e7? Queen e7 takes, check. Smothered mate. The Smothered brothers. The Smothers brothers. Rook g5 check is interesting. Rook g5 check. Maybe we'll save that for next game. Man, Queen f5 looks brutal, actually. Oof. There's a lot of good moves. A lot of good moves here. 3 pieces. Trying to get the 4th in. But I said it a million times and I'll say it again. It seems like the only factor in chess that seems to matter is the king safety issue. King safety issue. Smothers brothers. Yeah. Bigfoot. Alright. Cheesy noob, no draw. Not this time. But I will take a draw if I feel the position is drawn. 4.5, Cheesy noob, 3.5, Xerox still playing. Let's check it out. The Dutch is actually one of my best openings. I have a very, very good score against the Dutch. I've lost, I can recall, 2 games against the Dutch. But I've won countless. That was what ChessBase said was like my best opening. I have the best performance rating against the Dutch of anything. The best was the Dutch and the worst was like the C3 Sicilian or something like that. But I think the Dutch takes a lifetime to learn. I also was thinking about playing it, as I said on the stream. But I never felt like it was, I knew enough. You're going to lose a lot of bad games if you try to learn the Dutch. Let's see, so Xerox under pressure here at f2. I know what I would do. It's actually Black's move h4. Oof. Well, you only have 2 moves here. King g4 or king h5. That looks a little safer. Still not that simple. I know what I would do if I was white. I was going to say I know what I would do. But I'm not so sure that h4 helped our cause, because now that's an extra weak pawn. Tournament's going well for me. I was held to a draw first round, but I'm coming back. The other top seeds were not as fortunate as a mere half-point Swiss Gambit. Schieberspieler left the tournament because he was having a bad day. Or maybe a bad week. And DK Guy gave up 1.5 points in the first 2 rounds. So we've got multiple chess streamers here. Thomas Reinson, Tranquilizer was on earlier, and Balkush. King f1. White should be winning, but it's going to take some technique. Too many pawns. Looks like Dweep is losing. All right, let's go on to another game. Cheesy Noob lost. Xerox is playing that game. We've got Vichy the player still competitive. Against Oliveira Lucas, it's over. White wins convincingly. All right, that's not a question. Let me refresh the page here. 5 ongoing games. So Mr. Slow. And our hero, DK Guy. An all-around nice guy. No, I think DK Guy must be doing some sort of intentional Swiss Gambit or something today. He wants to handicap himself by losing a couple points in the beginning. And what's happening here, really? It looks like Mr. Slow is up the exchange. Mr. Slow. Mr. Slow is winning, objectively. DK Guy has an inordinate amount of time left. DK Guy is toast. Because otherwise it's good. Otherwise I would have been in trouble. I probably would have had to have played DK Guy. And I can't play either of the... Well, I still could play DK Guy, but that point is going to hurt him. So I'm in clear first. Vichy's in second. Cheesy Noob. Xerox could get tied with me. He can still be tied for first. He's likely to win. So I'll probably play Xerox next round. Dweep is still playing, but losing. And BM's done. DK Guy's done. It's a weird tournament today. Okay, Vichy the player and Xerox are my main competition. Uber driver came late. Who else is here? Amiiboid quit after 2 out of 2. Nefedov came late. It's good to have Nefedov back. Ludlud. Krapnik played just a couple games. Sheeberspiel early left after a blunder. Asterbait, what's up? Asterbait is over, but he's got a bye. Alright guys, I just want to remind everybody tomorrow morning, Wednesday, I do Weird Wednesday Unusual Openings. So we do Blitz and Rapid Chess. Challenges at 11 a.m. CEST tomorrow. Also, and Dinekis, by the way, thanks for playing. Also, yeah, Thursday is our subscriber stream. So if you are a subscriber and you'd like to analyze a game on Thursday night, I do usually like 10 games. We go over about 10 games together every Thursday night here on the stream. I think Tomas Streinson last week submitted a game. That's what we closed down with our last game of the stream last time. So guys, if you are subscribers, please think about submitting a game. I think I only have 2 games submitted thus far. It's already Tuesday, so get on with it. Uber driver. Thanks to you guys for playing. I need a drink of water. I still got some beer left, not much. How to submit? Peter Balkush. So just simply send me a message on lichess, preferably with a link to the game you'd like to analyze. But it could also be something else, like a Grandmaster game or an opening. It doesn't have to be like one of your personal games, necessarily. Thank you guys for being subscribers. Thanks to Mr. Sohan for donating 5 gift subs today. And thanks everybody, and please donate if you can afford it. Please donate and support the stream. Thanks to Mr. Coffee, Jim, again, Mr. Slow, and Move 11. Actually, last week was Move 11 for the gift subs. All right. We've got 2 rounds left, and Xerox and I are going to face off. Vichy the player in 3rd place. It can be a game from anywhere, Balkush. Even the evil chess site. Whatever you prefer. Over the board games are cool. Maybe a master game that you found interesting. Oh, I'm not leaving. We'll see you later. Bye. We got 2 rounds left. I won't leave you guys while I'm first place. I like Krapnik's comment. Very lucky, but well played. He's like angry but polite. Lucky but well played. That's classic. A contradiction in terms. No, I have to play Xerox. 2 last games, guys. We'll stick with our guns in this critical tournament situation. Xerox played the Sozin Sicilian. And we'll go, I guess we're going to go with that. I played Bishop D7 in a game. This is no time to experiment with funky moves. Bishop B3 right away. And I've had this already. Many times. I've said it before in the stream that Xerox probably remembers, but you know, maybe 15, 20 years ago, this was probably like the #1 line that I played against. I think I had more games in the Sicilian Velimirovich than any other line. But it's a little bit gone out of fashion. I wish I had more games in Open Sicilians, but almost nobody here on lichess lets me. I mean, I guess I'm not playing enough Masters. But like the lower rated players just don't seem to play. Nobody seems to play the Open Sicilian. You kind of fancy having a look over my first win over your friend, a streamer, Art Vega. Yeah, I like the Benoni. I've been experimenting with it with black. It's like the Dutch. I've always wanted to play it, but never really played the Benoni a lot. I played it a lot with white. I have a pretty good score with white. But you know, you've got to find a way to play for wins with black. You also play the Dutch. So your Benoni game is with white or black. Xerox castling kingside. This is highly unusual in this system. But I suppose, like, Queen C7 isn't really the biggest deal. Alright. We have to run for the kingside. This is interesting. I've never seen anyone castle in the Velimirovich kingside. It's an interesting hybrid. So, is it a Velimirovich if white plays no g4? Does a tree really make a sound in the forest if it falls and no one's there to hear it? These and other interesting questions we're going to answer here in the next few minutes. Unusual. But I feel like white is playing without a pawn break in this type of position. I played the King's Indian for a great part of my career, so if you play the King's Indian, you have to play the Benoni in certain lines. So I adapted to playing those Benoni lines where I had to play the Benoni, but I never tried to really play the Benoni. And I told the story how the one time I tried to play the Benoni straight up, I like drew in 1900. That was like such a bad feeling. I mean, I was 400 rating points higher than my opponent, and I drew. I was like, oh man, this is great. The Benoni is awesome. So now what? Yeah, I was thinking about this. Well, fortunately, at least he's put his rook on d1, so if he wants to come back to c1, that's going to cost him some time. Xerox is trying to play really safe. he's basically not doing a pawn break. Do I have e5? Now there's knight b3, knight a5. Heads up. So d5 is interesting, but he takes it. I take with the knight. He takes that. I take with the queen. He doesn't have a discovery, but I don't have anything great. So one option is to play d5 and equalize. Another option is to risk allowing like knight b3, knight a5, which I'm not really excited about. Could I play a5? Now that's an interesting idea. a5, a3. Yeah, I don't like it. e5, knight b3. Also e5, e5, knight b3, bishop e6, knight a5. I don't like this. So he takes. Now wait, I could play bishop takes b4 here. It just occurred to me. Might be interesting. I would have to sacrifice my pawn structure. Possibly sacrifice a pawn. Bishop takes b4, pawn e6, rook e8. Is it really worth it? Instantly. I was thinking here, sacrificing a pawn for the initiative. The two bishops and such. A lot of ambulance. There's a lot of ambulance around here. But I don't have enough to compensate fully. I feel like I missed the boat. You know, maybe there was something better. I have to grovel for a draw down a pawn. It was the ambulance. As Bob pointed out, I'm very easily distracted. As soon as the game started, the ambulance siren started. Start wearing my headset to concentrate. But his extra pawn doesn't matter that much. Honestly, in like an endgame, is he going to beat me with like a 3-on-2 pawn majority on the king side? Like, oh, you're going to grind me down in 3-and-2 bishop endgame or something? That's not really a problem. I mean, I'm not really afraid of losing here. But winning again, like, how do I win? Exactly, move 11. I didn't like knight f5. I don't want to give him any play. I'd like to pull my bishop away and play, somewhere and play b4. Maybe pick off a2. If I could win the a2 pawn, it would be an interesting game. Then my queenside majority would really be great again. He's curling up into a Karpov-like ball. Tactics. Tactic. Development. I don't want to allow him to play bishop c5, trade off my bishop. fully developed. Alright, so he hides. He doesn't like those little tactics with rook takes e3. Tic-tacs. Hungarian tic-tac is tic-tac. He doesn't like my tic-tacs. Seriously, what do I do now? Rook f8. No time to waste. Theory of bishops. There's the knight f5 again. I don't know what to do, guys. I agree with move 11. The long diagonal is a nice thing, if you can get it. Do I have anything on the long diagonal? He's got a nice, solid structure to deny my bishop on c6. But objectively, the position is like equal. Unless he could trade pieces, and then he would be better. Can he trade pieces somehow? I have an idea. It doesn't work. Oh no. Where do I go? Ops color bishops? Man. We grovel for a draw now. You just have to accept a draw, I think, objectively. I mean, it's not an easy draw. He is better here. I probably shouldn't have done it like this. I'll accept a draw. You're better after queen g3. I shouldn't have played it exactly like that. Now you're really better. Big respect from Xerox. It probably is a draw, but black has to be really, really careful, you know, in that simplified queen and bishop. I didn't really go into the best type position. But I was never really better in that game. My pawn sacrifice was interesting, but I quickly threw it away, any kind of chances I had. But I doubt I was ever better at any point there. So Xerox hanging with me with 5 points. We've got 1 round left. And I'm a little ahead of him on tiebreak. Mr. Slow up to 4.5. Whoa. Mr. Slow, who also drew me today and beat DK Guy. So Mr. Slow. Olivier Lucas, he was winning. DK Guy sneaking back again. 3.5. We see the player with 4. Alright guys, what do we got? BM13 against Ruslan. Alright, Xerox. Unambitious. Unambitious play there. F3 and the kingside castle. But seriously, I was wondering what would happen if you played that position like a normal Sozin. After you castled kingside and then you really went for it with like F4, let's say. I thought you could still try to play kind of a traditional plan. I've never seen anyone really do that and make it work, but why not? I wasn't sure. When I played like bishop e7, if white plays f4, just starts a normal game. Okay, so 5 points. I was going to follow this game. Ruslan has no time. Wait, what? Ruslan is out of chess. Alright, that is piece down. not a good game to analyze. We have any other games still going? Last round, guys, coming up. It says 2 games ongoing. Why? It's really just 1. Alright. So, DK guy. Olivier Lucas is getting tougher. So, Mr. Slowhand, 4.5 out of 5. Cheesy Noob with 4.5 out of 5. Cheesy Noob took out Vichy the player. Vichy had a good chance to tie for first until this round. He has no draws. The only player in the top, well, actually Dweep has 3 wins and 3 losses. I don't think Dweep's ever had a draw in one of our tournaments. Alright, guys. Last round on the way. Join us for Weird Wednesday tomorrow. 11 a.m. CEST. See if we can win this tournament. Hopefully I don't have to play DK guy. I already played Cheesy Noob, Xerox, Slowhand. I didn't play Vichy the player, so that's a logical pairing. I played BM13. I really ought to play Vichy the player. I mean, he should play as strong a player as possible. I should play as strong a player as possible. Unless the colors are illegal. That should be my pairing. Please support the stream and subscribe, guys. Thanks for doing so. Check out my YouTube channel. Mr. Coffee, thank you for being a moderator here. I don't know if Coffee's still with us. He may be at work. Alright, so it's Vichy the player. I'm with the white bits. I really don't know his repertoire with black. I feel like we've had symmetrical English or something. Come on, wide DK guy. DK guy's disappointed if he didn't get to play me. He plays in these to beat me and Schieberspieler. Did he quit on us? Why is my C3 square highlighted? Did I pre-move? Alright guys, Astrobate, go for it. Vichy the player, you play King's Indian? No, I can't remember. It seems like you're always white against me. This is an unusual system. Bishop G4. We might have had this before. I don't recall. But here, we can take either way. I prefer playing more dynamically, taking toward the center. There's nothing wrong with e-takes. Black's opening looks highly suspicious, highly evolved. Highly evolved. Balkush, thank you for posting my YouTube. I'm trying to put up new videos every week now. At least every week, I'll do a new one. I put up a great game. I wish I could make them longer, but people get bored if I do more than like 20-minute videos, 25 the most. Alright, man, I don't know what to do. I keep second-guessing myself here. The 4 pawns attack. That's a lot of pawns. The flying buttress. Safe. I just thought of an expression my dad used to say. It's like a old school. Snug as a bug in a rug. Old school Americanism. But we want to launch an attack against the uncastled... Sorry. Uncastled? I wanted to say uncastled the Black King, like he's uncastled. What? This is not so easy. I'm spreading myself pretty thin here. Lots of pawn moves. It's easy to get carried away. Easy to get carried away. Schieberspieler. Now what do I do? Hang tight, I guess. We should really try to hang tight here. But the e4 pawn... There's a strong temptation to take on e6 there, and it may be a playable line. Bishop e3 is not as good, Bob. We need to keep an eye on h5. That knight is an unwelcome guest. So bishop must locate to f3. Bishop the player here. With natural counterplay against my center. White is definitely better. And b5 is... What is b5? d5 is a natural disaster. It's... It's not a bad move necessarily. Let's see. Natural try. I can't emphasize the center enough. b5 is very risky because he weakens himself on the c file here. Imagine if I got a knight on c6. Can you just imagine what would happen? The excruciating pain that Black would feel if I was able to put a knight on c6. Pawns cannot move backward, so you have to be very careful with this sort of thing. Black's queen is also suffering without, too much ability to do anything here. Queen e7. I could double my rooks on the e file, I guess, like rook e2, rook e1, just kind of overprotect. The problem with that is that I have no real forward plan. This pawn is a liability. Queen is on lockdown. This queen is not happy here. It's also the only thing like defending c7. But that file is not open yet. It is an open file. My knight is in the way, but my knight also is pivotal to controlling and protecting this pawn in e4. So if my knight tries to get a fancy, I'm going to have problems with this pawn. There are also tactics on the long diagonal. But that bishop is a rather important piece for me, defensively speaking. Fischer-Spassky, you might know the idea of knight h5. There's a famous modern Benoni from '72 World Championship where knight h5 was like the most important idea for Fischer against Spassky. He allows knight h5, bishop h5, gh5, one of the mainline modern Benonis. That would be obviously a very risky thing for Black, though, along the g file in this particular position. In Fischer-Spassky, White didn't have an open half-open G file. Yeah, I'm overprotecting e4. This is pretty fundamental. Overprotect your strong point. Petrosian was really the former world champion. Iron Tigran. So rook c8. If knight e2, knight c5. If b4, knight b6, you see, this is the thing. I'll play b4 and keep his knight off of c5. But if you play b4, it's like knight b6, knight c4, ka-ching. Like his knight gets in the other way. So there's a lot of sophistication here. a4 looks like a funny move. Kind of interesting. a4, b4. I'm a little worried about my e4 pawn, even here. Let's go like really fundamental. Central University. All right, he can't do c6. This discourages c6. Obviously, if c6 takes, rook takes, e5 unloads this threat on his c6 rook. So he can't do that. I was thinking about a4 seriously, but I didn't like a4, b4, followed by knight c5. I'm liking this better though. Completing my development. Botvinnik. Study Botvinnik. Botvinnik. Develop all the pieces before you begin an active assault. Don't start premature attacks. But I don't really have an attacking position. I mean, this is more like taking space, consolidating. Yeah, I mean, a3 is not a bad move. h5 with the idea of knight g4. Interesting. Very interesting. I think you weaken your king side a bit here. So that's going to be kind of funky. There's that other open file. Now we try this way. And there's f5, which could just wreck him in some moment. Although here, not so much. Now this I missed. I didn't miss the move, but I didn't see exactly what it does. I thought I can just take it and take again. Probably can. You always want to consider all your options. He has knight f6 now. Knight f6, rook g2, and then b4, e5. This could be very unclear. I think I'm going to play f5 at some point. We're going to probably have to sacrifice the e4 pawn. He played b4 first. Alright, so this is important where I put the knight. The knight has to move. a4 looks out of play, big time. b1 is slow. It has to be e2. Then he immediately has knight f6. That's annoying. Well, there's nothing that can be done about it. I mean, I have to allow him to take this. Well thought out plan by black. So I have f5. f5 will probably give me some decent chances. Surprised he took that way. That looks wrong. It looks wrong. I don't get rook takes. Why wouldn't he take the other way? Perhaps here he has like knight g4. Knight f5. Very close to a coordinated attack with all 5 pieces with knight f5. This sacrifice, always strong in the... Man, I have knight f5 actually. Knight f5, no. Almost, but no cigar. So bishop d4. The more obvious move is of course f5. White's got serious threats here. Pawn takes f7 check. You can't hide. This king is very exposed. Probably a winning attack, right? Knight h5. There's no way he could survive this. All 4 white pieces are just all over his king. It's over. A valiant attempt. Black's king side crumbled. Alright, so Xerox can catch up. We've got to follow that game. Thank you for the game. A good fight. Xerox now with Mr. Slowhand. Oh no, a rook endgame. Oh my god, what is this? Mr. Slow. Don't lose on time, please. There was like rook b5 check. It's probably going to be a draw now. It's definitely a draw. There was some lines where Xerox could do like rook b5, rook a5, but it was never working. It's a clear draw. Good job, Mr. Slowhand, holding the draw to keep Xerox at bay. So we still have 1 game left. Final game, Cheesy Noob. But I win clear first. Thanks to those of you who derailed DK Guy and Schieberspieler, setting me up for first place. Cheesy Noob playing DK Guy, in fact. So DK Guy can still get in the top scorers with a win. Ooh, what is going on here? This is a little different from the other game. King's Crusher is reigning with a party of 73. Wow. King Crusher, what's up? King's Crusher with 73 players, guys. You're the man. King's Crusher is just in time for the end of the tournament. And you guys from King's Crusher stream, thank you for checking out my stream. We're just wrapping up this tournament. Cheesy Noob versus DK Guy, final game of our said tournament. I do this every Tuesday. If anybody from King's Crushers wants to join us, we have a team, Pawnda Horses Club, and I do a tournament every Tuesday night. Thank you, King's Crusher, for this raid. Try to get you back one of these days. So I managed to win the tournament with a little bit of luck. A couple draws, 6 points. The other favorite in this tournament got knocked out, or he withdrew after 2 rounds. A little prematurely. Schieberspieler was depressed. So Schieberspieler, our primary competition, didn't go past round 2. He dropped out with 1 win, 1 loss. Didn't feel like playing today. So Sparkle Horse first, 6 points. Cheesy Noob with 5.5, and Xerox with 5.5. Mr. Slow just missed the podium. But Mr. Slow, great tournament. Seriously. You're almost done with PC. 90% doesn't count. Again, thanks a lot, King's Crusher. He's actually still streaming. Did the raid there. We've got Sparkle Horse, Cheesy Noob, Xerox, Mr. Slow, Uber Driver, Vichy the Player, BM13 with a really good result for his rating. Oliveira Lucas, also, you're improving a lot. DK was a little bit off his game today, it seemed like. Tilted. I sensed some tilt. with the normal. Lately, very strong DK guy. Ruslan Bear with a great result, though. 3.5. So that rounds out the top 10. Thanks to Schieber Spieler for a couple games. We got to 2360 performance rating. Actually, a little below my current rating. Cheesy Noob with a 2391 performance. That's awesome. That's his best performance ever. And Xerox, no dirty private messages, Bob. Xerox 2308. I won't stand for that. You have to leave those on my phone. Xerox with 2308. Okay, so Xerox was undefeated, actually. Very solid. Draw with me. He had a draw in the last round with Mr. Slow, as I did as well. And then you had another draw with Cheesy Noob. So, pretty good performance from Xerox. Mr. Slow lost just one game against Fishy the Player. Uber Driver. See, Uber Driver does this on purpose. He doesn't want to lose, so he just comes late and then beats up on the weaker players. Fishy the Player with 4. Thank you guys all for playing. Congratulations to me for first place. Cheesy Noob with an insane result, 2391. Performance in Xerox, 2308. Guys, I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm going to be back tomorrow with Wednesday, 11 a.m. CEST. I try to play interesting and fun openings in Blitz and Rapid Chess on Wednesday mornings. Super thanks to King's Crusher. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the stream. Later, guys. And from the Pawnda as well. Check you guys in the morning. Don't forget to subscribe or stream on Thursday. Thanks, everybody. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, guys. Don't forget to check out King's Crusher and Grandmaster Vital Eventa, the Tranquilizer. Thanks to those guys for raids today. Bye, everybody. Balkush, too. Bye-bye, guys.